Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us for our fantastic Balanced Life, Happy Life. We meet together on Tuesdays in order to talk about this amazing company, Nikken, and give people some insights into the fantastic business opportunity, products, community, and philosophy that are connected with Nikken. So whether you're here for the first time or you've been here before, you're in the right place. If you're looking for possibilities to create more balance in your life, more success, more fulfillment, more abundance, whatever that might be, this is the right place. And tonight we have a fantastic host who's going to take us through some amazing ideas. He is a Royal Diamond with Nikken, Mike DiMuccio, but he has an amazing background. Mike actually, his education is in aerospace engineering. Over his career in Nikken, he's wore a lot of different hats. He is a master facilitator, coach, and trainer, as you'll see tonight. And he's a very successful entrepreneur who helps people to get their businesses started. So tonight, Mike is going to help us to understand how is it that we can create more balance in our lives through what he calls a better way via Nikken. Mike, please join us.
Thank you, Jeff, and thank you for that lovely introduction. Welcome, everyone. That's not the screen I wanted to share. Give me 1 second while I sort that out. That's the screen I wanted to share. Excuse me 1 second, guys. For some reason, my computer's telling me one thing and I think you're seeing another. There we are. Okay, welcome. All righty then. Sorry for the fumble there. Anybody here football fan? You guys watch the games over the weekend? Super Bowl's coming up.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I don't know who I want to win the Super Bowl.
Well, we're here to talk about a different kind of Super Bowl tonight, the kind that we play pretty much every day for every day of our life. That is the game of life. And what I'm going to share with you tonight are some insights from being associated with a company now 33 years. It's absolutely stunning for me to say that out loud. I can't imagine I've been involved with anything for 33 years, especially in the entrepreneurial space. But this is a company that has captured my imagination and my heart. And so here I am today. I'm going to share with you this presentation that is near and dear to me because it really speaks to us about how we can create a more balanced and happy life. We think we found not the perfect way maybe, but certainly a better way than what's out there for most people. Now, this image calls to mind a time in my life when I was actually a recording musician. I was actually under a recording contract. And a lot of people say, Mike, you know, you really shine when you're up there with a microphone. And it seems to be when I'm at my best. And I put this image here because I'm fascinated by the fact that people go by the hundreds of thousands every year to see, by the millions even, to see performers perform live. There's a fascination we as human beings have with performers performing live. And I think I know what it is. We sort of live vicariously through them in the moment that they're performing because they seem to wear their heart on their sleeve. You can see them just express themselves fully. In other words, they're super comfortable in their skin. And that, in my opinion, is really what it means to be a life fully expressed, is when you're super comfortable in your skin and you're having the time of your life. But that's not what I see in the world when I look around me, regardless of where I'm at when I'm out and about. I see a lot of people with a lot of stress on their face, a lot of stress and anxiety. And there's all kinds of reasons why modern life is creating this stress. It could be financial worries, health concerns, lifestyle issues, responsibilities, workplace conflicts. There's so many reasons why somebody might be stressed, but it is affecting people more so today than I think ever in our past. And so when it comes to looking at a life in balance, we need to really identify what are the key areas of our life. And then if there is something on this screen, whether it's your body, mind, meaning your outlook in life, your family, your relationships, your impact or association with society, your finances. If you were to examine your life through the lens of these 5 pillars, then is there two? I'm going to ask you to just consider if there's two that you could see improving in the year 2024. If there were two, what would they be? And through those two, I want you to review the rest of this presentation and see if there's a fit for you. Now, we're going to focus on two key areas because they seem to be the top two whenever we ask, and that is the area of health in terms of the body and finances. These are the top two reasons why people seem to be stressed more today than ever. Now, it doesn't happen overnight. Our illnesses, our well-being, our success, our failures, they're really not overnight. There's no such thing as an overnight success. And so if we look at this concept of the compound effect, what it really reveals is that for a big change to happen in our life, it doesn't require a big change to happen in our life. It simply requires small choices that we make with some consistency and time can produce those big outcomes. So whether we're talking about your income, your health, relationships, what your definition of success is, the idea here is small incremental choices that can change your outcome over a period of time. And so the whole concept of choices becomes the magic ingredient, if you will, for creating a healthy, balanced life. We consider the choices that are being made in the health sector, one being in North America on the left-hand side and Japan on the right-hand side. This is a very sobering comparison when we look at how we approach health and well-being. On the left-hand side, you can see that Canada rates number 34, USA number 68 in the world. Meanwhile, Japan rates number 1. Now, I don't even have to look any further than that. I'm already interested in what is it that the Japanese do to be the healthiest nation on earth. Then we look at the next category of longevity, and they outlive us by almost 10 years on average. Again, I want to know what is it that they do that causes this as a result, because I'm interested. We look at cost, everybody's concerned with costs. They spend 1/3 what we spend to be the healthiest nation on earth. Again, that's a pretty strong indicator that we should be looking as to what it is that they're doing. And when we look at obesity, they're 10% on average what we are. And what's the difference? Their approach to wellness and healthcare is self-care. Ours is sick care, intervention. So clearly, they are approaching the subject and getting much, much better results than we are with the self-care approach. So we want to look at adopting that. If we look at self-care and we consider what are the things that we can actually care for, what are the things that we can make choices around, these are the health risk factors that create a burden on our body. Now, we mentioned stress already before, which is the number one culprit for most disease. But what contributes to the stress? Poor sleep. 60%, for instance, of your immune system drops in one night's poor sleep. Air quality, that's a huge problem outdoors, but it's actually 5 to 10 times worse indoors. We've got so many contaminants in our water, we can't even keep track of them and what they do to each other when they combine. We have a new thing called electrosmog. That's something that's become much more prevalent in the modern age with our cell phones, Wi-Fi, and everything the like. And that's having an impact on our body and our physiology. And then, of course, there's malnutrition, the number one cause of obesity. So, and it's affecting children in incredible numbers. So these are factors that we can actually look at and make changes in terms of self-care. So what is the answer? We've just been saying it, self-care. Be healthy by choice, not by chance. And we call that concept active wellness, where you participate actively in your well-being by making choices that are going to provide you with and sustain you with better health. Now, the company that introduced this concept of the 5 pillars and the premier self-care company in Japan, when I was first introduced to this, was a company called Nikken. And their definition of success is extraordinary. It's the pursuit of balance in these 5 pillars. In other words, every day that we're moving towards a healthier body, a healthier mind, a healthier family, a healthier role in society, and healthier finances, that's a good day. So it's pretty easy to see if you're having a good day or a bad day by just looking at this as your GPS, if you will. And so success, being the pursuit of this, becomes really phenomenal, because you can be successful every minute of every day if you're choosing wisely. Now let's just hear from Nikken in their perspective.
Do you ever have days where everything in your life feels in balance?
Are you hearing that, Jeff?
When your
Thank you.
mind is clear and your body feels in tune with nature? When everyone in your family is healthy and happy? When you belong to and support a warm, loving community? When you have a stable income and no debt? Mind, body, family, society, finances. Nikken calls these 5 areas of our lives the 5 pillars of wellness. We help you cultivate balance in all 5 areas of life with the tools that build your wellness home. Because to breathe is to live, we focus on clean air. Because water is life, we focus on pure water. Because healthy food nourishes strong bodies, we focus on nutrient-dense organic ingredients. Because everyone needs restful sleep and energy to feel joyful, we focus on rest, relaxation, and magnetic support. And to keep you as youthful looking as you feel, we focus on naturally sourced marine organic skincare. Our vision is to share the 5 pillars of wellness with everyone. And we want to spread the word throughout the world. Because once you achieve a balanced lifestyle, wouldn't you want to help everyone you know to achieve the same wonderful life of active wellness? That's what we offer everyone who is part of our global wellness community. Join Nikken to build your wellness home and live a life in balance. Discover it, live it, share it.
Wow, that sounds like an ideal perspective, and it certainly has been for me. I've been sharing this now for 33 years. Do I look it? I think Nikken is largely responsible for keeping me looking young and healthy. So how do we do that? We call it active wellness and the Nikken Wellness Home, as you just heard. Essentially, consider bringing nature back into your life. As we move into these cities and become more and more involved with technology, we've disconnected ourselves from nature. And so Nikken employs a concept called biomimicry, where we're really looking at nature and bringing nature back into our homes and into our lives, using technology to do that, basically mimicking nature. The wellness home is really creating an environment, utilizing the technologies that we talked about, which is air, water, sleep, nutrition, and the energy technologies of the earth, to create an environment that inspires well-being. I mean, every day that we're in this home, we're creating wellness choices, and that helps us stay on point. The categories, as I mentioned, air, water, sleep, nutrition, natural energies. These products are fundamental. They're foundational to our health and dealing with our body burden. They're really the 5 vital elements. And we all have our favorites. One of mine is the sleep system. I think we're going to be hearing about in a moment. But please ask the person who invited you to this presentation to give you full access to and information about the Nikken product line. Don't know which one is going to be the one that really focuses on your needs, but there's fulfillment here in every area. And the products are so demonstratable, they're so fun that literally, and I mean literally, in seconds, you can experience a benefit. That's one of the most powerful things that allowed me, as a singing musician, songwriter, to venture into being an entrepreneur, because I didn't really have to say much. I just had to demonstrate the products, and people got wowed just the way I did. So we have a saying in Nikken: facts tell, stories sell. And so I'd like to just bring your attention to one of our invitees, Kimball Sargent, who's going to share a little bit about her experience with the products.
Thanks, Mike. When I was introduced to Nikken, I was just enveloped in stress, and I was not sleeping. I just was miserable. And a holistic physician told me about a wellness home, and he felt like it would help me manage my stress. And I got one. And the 2 products that I love the most still today are my Nikken magnetic sleep system and my water. When I got properly hydrated, I was energized. And when I could get restful, restorative sleep, I could do anything. And now, many years later, I feel like I am reverse aging. I have grandkids that can't keep up with me. I love my Nikken Wellness Home, and I encourage you to get in touch with the person that invited you tonight. You need to taste, touch, and feel our products.
Thank you, Kimball. You know, I love those two products the most. And I've asked audiences wherever I've presented, of all the Nikken products, if they weren't allowed to have any Nikken products ever again, but they could keep one, which would it be? And the two that always are chosen is the water, the Nikken PiMag water system, and the Nikken sleep system. And it's interesting, in Latin America, obviously they have more water issues, so that's the first choice is water. But in North America and other parts of the world, it's the sleep system. And I happen to agree with that. I think that's the thing that impacts us the most. And it's certainly known to have the most impact on health and longevity. So we have an incredible product line for us to share with you. And one of the things that I think is really important about looking at this, if you're looking at this as a business, is to consider products that move people versus people that move products. These products really give people impact, and you can't help but tell others about it. Certainly that's been my experience, and as you've heard, so has been for you, Kimball. So we have ways of getting started on the Nikken product line that Nikken's put together. Of course, you can choose any item individually, start with something, but these packs are very, very effective, very efficient to introduce you to the categories. The water pack, of course, one of our prime candidates. The energy pack, which combines the different products for daytime use, which helps you ground and stay connected energetically. The sleep system, of course, to keep your body regenerating. They're offered at 10% savings, and there's free shipping on that. So ask the person who invited you here to share a link. It's called Yes, My Wellness Home, and you can get started. In fact, you can build your own pack. Of course, featured in the water pack is the waterfall, and this happens to be the top seller in Nikken worldwide. So I just wanted to feature that for you. Now, it's one thing to be involved with Nikken as a customer, and I hope you see the benefits of that possibility. But I want to turn your attention to the other options that are on the table as well tonight, and that is to become a Nikken consultant by upgrading your customer account, or to become a partner with us, which really means somebody who's more focused on the opportunity at hand, and we can help you put a plan together. So let's transition, if we can, to the business idea. What exactly is it to be involved in Nikken as a business? We call it collaborative entrepreneurship. Two more very, very important words. One, entrepreneurship, one of the most searched words in the world right now on Google. But collaboration in a world filled with competition, boy, that's a polar opposite. Which one do you think is going to lead to less stress, competition or collaboration? And of course, it's collaboration. But let's look at what it is that's causing people so much stress financially. Why is finance is the #1 source of stress? We're going to borrow a page from Robert Kiyosaki in his book, Cash Flow Quadrant. Robert Kiyosaki, one of the foremost business authors, he's well known. On the left-hand side, we have people who are earning an income. These are the 4 ways we earn an income: as an employee, self-employed, business owner, investor. On the left-hand side, being an employee or being someone who is self-employed, that could be a professional or someone who has a small business. At the end of the day, the problem inherent in being on that side of the equation is your relationship with money is based on time. You trade time with money. And so the unfortunate part of that is you've got a limited amount of time in which to actually be compensated, and then you're not usually determining what your value is in terms of compensation. So all the money you make takes all the time you have to work to make the money that you make to live the way you're living. It's hard to change that equation unless you move over to the right-hand side as a business owner, where you learn to leverage a system. That's the core essence of being a business owner, is you employ a system. And of course, the investor. And that represents adding value independent of time. And how we do this is through creating multiple sources of income. Now, you might say, my goodness, I can barely manage one source of income. How am I going to manage multiple sources? Well, that's the important part of this experience when we join a business like Nikken. We show you how to do that. First and foremost, take note that of all the people that represent the left-hand side, that's 95% of the population, 20%, are self-employed, 75% are employees. That's a full 95% of the population, but they only earn 5% of the money that's being earned. In other words, a very small percentage of the population, 5%, earn 95% of the money earned. Now, if you had your education to do all over again, would you want to learn how to be on the left-hand side, or would you want to learn how to be on the right-hand side? Well, you got to learn somewhere, and you got to start somewhere. And so that's where Nikken comes in. It's an opportunity for you to move yourself financially from the left-hand side to the right-hand side while maintaining what you've got right now, because it can be done on a part-time basis, leveraging these remarkable tools. What makes it possible is the idea of being able to leverage Nikken's platform. Now, most people are familiar with Amazon, the largest retailer, Uber, the largest taxi company. And these two companies were able to become super, super huge and grow so quickly because they did something smart. They gave people an opportunity to be self-employed by providing them with a platform. So even somebody who's never been a taxi driver could turn their car into a cash engine using the Uber platform. And that's how they grew and scaled their business into their monster size. Well, Nikken is the equivalent of that in the wellness space. Nikken has a platform that's enabled us to be self-employed, but there's one caveat. In Uber, I can't become an Uber driver and then go tell 10 of my friends to join me and become Uber drivers and earn an income on their driving. That doesn't happen. But in Nikken, we can multiply our efforts by inviting others to participate in Nikken's platform. And that creates scalability on another level. So it's simple. We join Nikken, we start, maybe our plan is to earn a little bit of extra cash, or maybe it's to really create a career for ourselves. There's all these options. We share and promote the products and the opportunity. We invite people to enjoy the best part of it, whatever it is that they're attracted to. And Nikken takes care of the logistics, the tough stuff, which is shipping, delivery, inventory, warehousing, research and development, all the accounting and so forth that goes with running a business. They manage. And then the best part, on the 15th of the following month or weekly, we receive the benefits by the way of our payment, our rewards. And there are many to be had. We can share from virtually anywhere with this platform. There's been many occasions, I can assure you, that I have actually been on a beach doing business from my cell phone. And what a wonderful way to live. I know my children, that's all they talk about, is they do not want a job. They do not want to sit in an office. They want to make sure that whatever it is they end up doing, traveling is what it centers around. So this is a perfect tool and platform for somebody who's looking to be a digital nomad, as my children call it. There are many ways we earn income in Nikken. Here's a listing of them: retail profits, cash bonuses, lifestyle bonuses, trips. I've enjoyed some incredible experiences around the world traveling with Nikken. Personal rebates, group overrides, leadership bonuses. And if you're looking for a path, a way to develop yourself as an entrepreneur, maybe you've not been one, that's what Nikken offers. It's a path for personal growth and economic stability. It easily integrates into our life. The low cost, as you may have seen, it's about $39, $40 to register as a Nikken consultant. So that's not going to break the bank. And what is offered, the entire system, the entire platform, with a leadership development plan as well. It's the perfect gig. And as we mentioned, collaboration, this is how it works. You're going to be supported and trained by people who are further down the road than you are, who've experienced success in Nikken. So you learn from people who are qualified and who are able to actually help. Unlike the world of business, if you were going to hire somebody to consult, they're pretty costly if they're successful. Whereas in Nikken, We have an vested interest in helping you succeed. It's part of Nikken's compensation plan. And one of the key areas of growth is our personal development equation, which is humans being more, offered through an initial program called Humans Being More Training. So something you might want to participate in as soon as you hear there's one available. Do it even if you're not getting involved in Nikken as a business. It is really something that can help you center on what matters to you where those 5 pillars are concerned. Let me give you just a quick visual of how life in Nikken can be experienced. It's like dropping a pebble in a pond. Here you are in the top left-hand side in your Nikken Wellness Home, and you want to share this with people. You want to share with friends and family, people you know, and maybe even invite some to join you and partner with you in this as a business. So we call this our core circle of influence. It's a handful of customers that are loyal to creating a Nikken Wellness Home and lifestyle, and 3 partners. Once we've helped you achieve that, the goal then is to turn our attention and help those 3 partners do exactly as you've done, duplicate leveraging the platform. And that's the secret sauce, duplication. As we duplicate and they duplicate and they duplicate, that creates a wave of expansion. And talk about multiple sources of income. Not only is everyone that you see on this graph an individual that lives in a Nikken Wellness Home, which creates ongoing income, but they're also influencing the people around them in terms of wellness and what they're learning and gaining from Nikken's experience. And talk about impact. If you're somebody who's really looking to make an impact, Nikken is a way for you to do that exponentially. Now, we have somebody here that we'd like to also hear from who has taken it upon themselves to become a Nikken Wellness entrepreneur. His name is Leo Lemay. He's from Laval, Quebec. Leo, are you there?
Of course, I'm there. How are you, Mike?
Terrific. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, I have a note because everybody know I'm Frenchman. I have an accent, so I do my best. It's okay? Can I go?
You do it.
Yes, okay. When I was introduced to Nikken by 2 of my best friends, Claude and Jeanette, I had just done an 11 network marketing in 6 years without success. Imagine. Let's just say I was very skeptical about going to see the presentation. I was unemployed and alone with my 2 sons, and I was very, very, very broke. After the presentation, I was very excited with all tests my friend Claude had done with me, but Jeanette wanted me to give her $100 to buy a pair of insoles. She had an extra. I keep telling her I was broke. I had to borrow money to put the gas on my car to come here, but she wouldn't listen to me. I want to leave to God. And my friend Claude said, stop. Jeanette, shut up. Leo, sit down. I got to show you how to make money. That's traders for me. I don't want to spend. And he spent, I sit down, he showed me how to make money. Imagine, I don't have the money for, and so, but when I see how to make money with that business, I found the money for buy 2-pack. And after I buy I go to HBM, and my first event is HBM. And on that meeting, I take the decision and the commitment to be silver my first month. And I did it with 22,000 points. You know, my best product for me is the business. No business, no product for me on my card. That's it. That's why when I made a new contact, I'm always talk about business first and customer after. But I want to be business builder with me. I'm talking about business, how to make money and not how to spend money. You understand what I mean? That's for me, that's how I work. I hope you enjoy. That's it.
Thank you, Leo. Awesome. You know, you mentioned borrowing money to get gas.
Yes.
I just got a flashback of my first Nikken meeting, the first presentation I was ever going to do. And I literally got stuck at a gas station with no gas in my car and no money. I had to get somebody to drive to the gas station to loan me some money. Anyway, flashback, but I can totally relate. Thank God that was just That turned very quickly with my Nikken experience. So let's wrap up. There we go. Well, you know, they say in business, timing is everything. I'm sure you will agree that wellness is probably one of the most talked about things in your personal life, but it actually is one of the most quickly moving sectors of the economy. And Nikken, being such an incredible total wellness solution, perhaps the only one you've ever seen, certainly the only one I've ever seen as a total wellness opportunity. Our vision is to have every home a wellness home. That's a huge vision. And our more immediate goal is to have 10 million people practicing active wellness by 2025. Now, that may be an incredibly lofty goal, but it just gives you an idea of the opportunity in front of us. So why not be part of history in the making and earn your share of the rewards? So let's wrap then. As a customer, of course, if you're a wellness enthusiast, maybe this is the best choice for you. But if you're more than a wellness enthusiast, maybe you're a wellness promoter or wellness entrepreneur, consider joining us as a consultant. But if you like the story that Leo just gave and what's on the table here, and you're a community builder, maybe join us and help us build this community out as a partner. That means get together with the person who invited you, set some goals, and we'll help you put a plan that fits into your life. Well, that's why we chose Nikken, those of us who are in Nikken, because we saw a way, a better way that we can create a balanced, happy life. I am so grateful to Nikken that it has provided for me and my family one of the most privileged lifestyles one could ever hope and expect. I now have 3 entrepreneurial children, thanks to the fact that they grew up in a home where that's what they learned. They learned wellness, and they learned entrepreneurship, and they learned how to think on their feet as somebody who listened and learned about the 5 pillars of health and having a life in balance. There's more to Nikken than just a product or an opportunity. It's a lifestyle, and it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people that you have direct contact with. So back to you, Jeff. Thanks.
Mike, thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. You really can create more balance in your life and take advantage of an abundant number of possibilities that do exist. Thanks, Mike, for everything that you shared with us. This really is a chance to investigate a business opportunity, amazing products, a community that you can join and be part of, and a philosophy that really does support you in being and becoming your very best self. So thanks for joining us tonight. We do meet each and every week for Balanced Life, Happy Life. So we'll see you next week. Invite someone to join you. Bring a guest. This is open to anyone who's interested in learning more about how to create more in life. Thanks, everyone, for joining us tonight. Thanks, Kimball. Thanks, Leo. Thank you, Mike.